What's up, people? Lovely to finally be on camera again. Although I don't feel that urge or any urge at all at the moment to film myself or to do anything actively on social media. I'm just getting the tripod out. I'm gonna set you up here for a second. So, what I wanted to talk about is kind of something I have to talk about with some of my friends at the moment who want to socialize with me, but I can't properly. And there's something I learned last week about spiral dynamics. And if I get around to it, I'm gonna link the video in the description of this video from the Rediscover Human podcast. I think it's episode 13, talking about spiral dynamics. And so, okay, tripod action, let's go, come on. Let's get it. Yeah, perfect. So, you know what spiral dynamics basically is just, you have this spiral that starts down here and it goes up and it goes in bigger circles, but you always you turn in and out and in and out, and you have those internal phases in your life and those external phases. And I had a lot of external. In the beginning of the climbing, I had a lot of internal. So all that stuff going on with me being kicked out and nearly being homeless, and looking back, I just really didn't want to be around people. And even though it was good that one person took care of me at that time, because otherwise I would have been homeless and I would have actually have had to sleep on the street. I probably could have used a couple nights on the streets and a couple nights of that. In the end, everything turned out to lead me here, but there is no coincidences. But at that point in time, I really didn't feel like being around people, and it didn't make sense to be around people for me personally. And then that continued until I began climbing again, and then I started socializing actually really a lot and got to know a lot of people. And right now it's just I have those people who message me, I'm climbing today, I'm doing this today, and then I'm coming, or arranging my schedule to that, and going climbing as well, because I do it anyways any day. So it's it's gonna happen no matter what. It's actually already 6 p.m, so I'm gonna go at some point soon. Right now, just actually not listening. I was listening to music in the background a bit, but I feel like, okay, let's continue on the spiral dynamics part. So, and then I can add this in. So, and then it turned kind of internal. So it's right now I'm not trying to meet new people. I'm not trying to extend my social circle at all. And I've never been that type of guy, but I did a bit in the last couple of months, and got to know some new people, and caught up with some old friends, and that was part of it, and that was good. But yeah, at the moment, I feel like really going inside. I feel absolutely at ease with everything. I feel great by being by myself. I don't have any urge to get into a relationship, or to hook up with anyone or anything like that. I'm working out twice a day at the moment, super consistently, no issues at all. some soreness here and there. Um, my fingers. Today is a recovery day. Today I'm gonna do like every green boulder in the gym, so like 40 boulders plus like push-ups in between. That's what my plan was. I'm just gonna bang all those out. It's probably gonna take me like an hour, if even, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half. But I need to spare my skin for the next couple of days, and maybe do another slowed down session tomorrow, just so my skin can recover enough, because I already have like I had like my skin was burning yesterday when I put on my liquid chalk, and there's alcohol in it. So the fact that it already went through means it's like so close to just breaking open, and you know, having blood come out. And I've been told that once that happens, it takes a lot longer for the skin to regenerate, because that skin takes more time to recover than the outer layers. So the inner layers, like, they need more time because they're more sensitive. So yeah, you know, the outer rigid parts that have developed through the climbing and everything, they recover so quickly. But once you go really deep and once you get to the blood, it doesn't recover as quickly. So I haven't gotten to that point yet, because I've stopped myself and then recovered, or taking a day off. But at the moment, I'm not taking any days off. I'm feeling amazing. Actually, my workouts in the gym are absolutely phenomenal. I'm loving it. I'm loving lifting weights. It feels amazing for my entire body. I feel strong again within myself. It's like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, it feels like, I mean, my ankle was really bad for a minute, like an hour ago, but then it went away. Yeah, I don't know, I just feel less wobbly. I feel a lot more stable, physically and mentally, actually. Yeah, and my roommate just entirely goes off. Yeah. What else? Oh yeah, what I wanted to tie in then. You know, I just feel like very internally focused at the moment, and you know what I've realized is, because I was trying to explain it to my oh jeez, to my longest friend today, because we're playing Fortnite together a lot at the moment, and he always gets calls from work, he gets calls from friends, he gets calls from his parents, his family, or his mom's on the door ringing, and I love them all, and it's not like anything bad about it. It just throws me off weirdly. Like, it didn't a couple weeks ago, but now it's like, the more I become internal and the more I go towards like the peak of being just focused on me and focused entirely not on anything outside of me, it feels like those kind of things throw me off a lot, and it's kind of like, it's so outside of me that I cannot deal with it and I don't know what to do, and it's just this energy change, because you know, I go out of my way, like at the moment it feels like I'm going out of my way to like do something with people. And you know, I like him and I like playing with him, so we're like, you know, I ask him like to play, and then it's like everything's working, and then he gets a call, has to mute himself, can't play, and it's like, okay, what am I doing now? And then and then he's back, and then 10 minutes later he has to go to the door, and then is like gone for like 10-20 minutes. And like today, like he had to go through the door and everything, and then I died in the game, and like I just went off. I thought he was gonna be gone for like a while, and at the same time I'm like, you know, it's like, not only am I not able to be that socially active, I'm also becoming socially pretty weird. Like, I don't know, I feel like, you know, he shouldn't be like, you know, trying to hurry back to the PC to like, I mean, there's nothing socially awkward about that. it's actually just very empathetic, and that's kind of what these internal things are for. This just being empathetic for yourself, and feeling out what is right for you right now and not anyone else. But in that moment, it was like, just focus on your mom. You're like, can be happy to have that mom as your mom. As I told him a lot already. He is a great mother. And yes, I don't want him to rush to the PC. I don't want him, to focus on video gaming when he has a mother that cares and, like, actually, spends time with him in whatever shape or form it may be. And if it's just for a short amount of time, just maybe take 20 minutes and talk to her, and but right now I can't deal with it. I cannot put into words how this whole thing makes me feel, and how it's just nothing I want to deal with at the moment. It's like kind of this normally I wouldn't give a shit. I would just wait, I would do something else, I would just go into the browser, do whatever, and just chill. But I don't know, it's this, like, I at the moment I'm like so focused on myself, I don't want to wait on anyone else, because right now it doesn't give me anything to wait on anyone else. If I was externally focused, I would love to wait 20 minutes for him and 30 minutes for him, and just chill or do something else, and be content with that. But right now it's so about me that it doesn't make sense for me to wait on anyone, because in general, like, whatever I'm doing, like, I have this daily routine of working out and just going about life my way. And I think this is something that's going to be getting a lot more for the, like, rest of my life. And the more I develop a proper routine that gets me where I want to go, the less I'm going to wait for people, and the less everyone the more everyone around me will also, like, take care of their stuff, because they're not focusing on me, or, like, and I mean, there can always be that conversation about, you need to have the community, you need to have the social contacts, and I wouldn't ever deny that. We're social beings, it's absolutely normal, but I just feel like I'm better off on my own. And this might just be me saying this because I'm internally focused at the moment, and I'm consciously saying this because I know it might just be because of that. But I've had phases in my life where I was internally focused for 2.5 years at a time. There's a reason why I'm now just turned 21, and I am that far ahead of the curve when it comes to spiritual and, like, just general development of self. And this doesn't just come. This doesn't just come to you. It's something you have to work your ass off. You have to really go deep within yourself, which most people don't even start ever in their life, which is why I'm like lifetimes ahead of most people. And not even like to brag, but it's just a fact, because most people fear what is within them. Most people fear what is without them, like outside of them. And then, to even go within and face the demons within, that's like, or the darkness within, it's like, that's like so unbelievable to them. Like, they already, like, they're scared of heights, they're scared of spiders, they're scared of people's judgment, they have fear of missing out and all that kind of stuff. And talking to those kind of people about going within and facing the darkness within, which is a lot darker than anything you could find outside of yourself, is absolutely unthinkable to them. And but I did that. I made that my mission, and that's what got me here. This is what got me mentally to this point where I don't need anything. Therefore, I have everything. So, and am everything. And yeah, And this darkness is a lovely place. Like, death is beautiful. It's as well as life. Death is beautiful because it doesn't end. The energy is never lost. Um, you know, once you come to terms with death, I just what they're talking about society's shame fetish in episode 14 of the Rediscover Human podcast. They were talking about extreme athletes being very humble and down to earth. I mean, I see it in people like Alex Honnold and stuff who does free solo climbing without rope and like goes really far up. Um, you know, there's nothing that can shake this guy, as well as nothing can shake me, because it's like when you drive fast for a certain amount of time, and that's just my thing. That besides some other stuff that wasn't voluntarily. There's things in life where you're being put in a life-threatening situation, and as I said in the beginning, there is no coincidences. I think I said that in the beginning. There is certain situations that you don't get into voluntarily. So like sometimes other people get you into life-threatening situations. Won't go into that deeper today. But sometimes you choose to, or like at the moment I'm doing it pretty often, you choose to put yourself into life-threatening situations when you like run towards the fear, run towards whatever may scare you, So, and once you do that, and the closer you are to like death, and I think that's why fasting it's so nice, especially dry fasting. Once you go beyond that 3-day mark, it's serenity. It's absolutely peaceful and blissful, and it's one of the most amazing experiences I've had in my life. It's just uncomparable with anything, especially when you think about the fact that people say after 3 days without water and food you die. And then you survive that third day and third night, and you're like, why the fuck you lying? It's like, it's the stupidest thing. And I remember, I think the longest dry fast I did was 3.5 days. So how many hours is that? Like about, I think around 80. It was around 80, 84, 88 hours that I did. It was my longest dry fast. So quite a bit over 3 days. And I just wanted to eat cantaloupe at that point in time. It wasn't like I had to eat. I was feeling amazing. But I remember going to sleep that night and knowing that whilst I'm sleeping, I'm going beyond the 3-day mark. And I did 3 days before, and then, just broke the fast. I did that like 3 times before that. And then I knew, because of the time span and when I started and whatever, like I knew that whilst sleeping I was gonna cross the 3-day mark. And the last 20 minutes before going to bed at that day, I don't even know which day it was, but just this conversation I've had in my head, and it wasn't the normal conversation you have in your head, where you have like thoughts going around and stuff. It really felt like I was having a conversation with like someone else. It was really like this, or maybe I was talking to like my soul. We were having this conversation of, you may not wake up tomorrow because society says you may die. And it wasn't this like, oh, society says, but it was really like yeah, common sense would say that you're gonna die this night and you're not gonna wake up tomorrow. But at that point, laying there, I felt warm. I was laying in bed. I was feeling great, super peaceful, super internal. I made peace with it. I made peace with maybe not waking up tomorrow. And at that point, I really let life just flow. And that's why since then everything has been working out, and everything will still continue to work out, because I let life do its duty and just let it happen for me. And I made friends with death. Literally, like, I'm not scared of death by any margin. It's like we're best friends now. Because he, she, it understands what it means to live. Because most people, like, if you don't, like, that's the thing. He knows from his friends, or she knows, or it, whatever. Let's just say he knows from his friends what life means. Because those who made friends with death don't fear him anymore. And once you stop fearing death, you don't live in fear of death, which only means you're wasting away and you're dying every day because you live in fear of what might come. But it will definitely come. And that's what people don't see. Like, I could die right now whilst doing this video and it's never going to be uploaded. And like, maybe some person goes through my phone and finds this video. Lightning could strike me right now through this window. Like as there is no coincidences, it might just happen. It's unlikely, but it might just happen. So once you stop fearing death, which is basically ending fear in its entirety, because everything else you fear is just something like a form of getting closer to death, or like form of dying, or a form of destruction of oneself that you're scared of. But once you're not scared of that anymore, because the energy you are within, the soul you are within, is infinite and is indestructible and is ever flowing, you realize that there is nothing to fear because you're always going to exist. So that's that. And that's kind of I don't even know how I got to this point, but yeah. So since I'm already here and I just got a package with some clothes, I'm just gonna unpack them, because I thought, let's unpack the clothes, let's show them on camera, let's maybe talk about some stuff, since I wanted to upload stuff, but I didn't get to do it because I didn't feel like in the right mood to do it. So I didn't. Just, go with the flow, go with the feeling. I'm not trying to conform to any algorithm or anything. I'm gonna earn the money anyways. I'm gonna get to where I want anyways, so I don't have to like conform to anything. I'm gonna make the universe conform to me, because I am everything and I am the universe, so therefore it's my decision what's happening. So I got a delivery from this company. It's flipped around, whatever. Like mirrored. Um, I was just looking for plain hoodies because what I've also decided is that I'm not gonna like go shirtless in the climbing gym anymore, or well, at least for now. Um, Neither will I just wear a shirt in the gym. Um, just because, you know, it's also like a conversation, 1 second, I've had with someone on my Instagram, and he actually, like, it was funny because he was just flirting with me and I didn't realize it for that. And then I made something like, I made it pretty philosophical and just went in on how people um, view, you know, an aesthetic body, and, you know, don't see neither the time put in, um, nor the mental fortitude, nor the effort, or like, you know, you get what I'm saying? And it's not about like what you can do with it, it's always about the looks. And that's why I love hoodies, because they cover you. You just, you know, put it on your head, look like a homeless person, and no one's gonna care about you. And I mean, everyone's gonna care about me at one point, but I don't want them right now to like care about it. And that's why I don't want, like, I don't want people caring about how I look. I want people caring about what I do and how I do it, and not about, you know, the way genetics said or the universe said this is how you look, and like, besides getting leaner or bulkier, there's nothing you could do about it. Or like, you know, having clear skin and shit, you know. And actually, like, I had a little made a little friendship with the wall at the climbing gym. That's why my nose is like not cut, but I had a little wound there for like a week now. Um, what was he saying? He was like, I was like, he was like talking about my gains updates, and like, just, you know, some like sometimes I just, you know, take the shirt off on my Instagram story and just pose a bit. It's just for me, so I see it and then I just upload it to my story, because what the fuck, it doesn't matter. It takes more time to delete it. It's pretty funny. It actually takes more time to delete it. Um, and actually, you can like, you don't have to save it on your phone. You can go back into Instagram and like look at all the stories you uploaded, and then you can see like a comparison to where you're at now. So has two benefits to it. And said that he was impressed, blah blah, and I'm like, nah, I'll take my time. I was kidding, lol. I will refrain from doing that though, lol. And then I wrote, like, I got very philosophical, and it wasn't about him or anything. But the day before, at the evening, I was in the gym, and there was a guy like sitting down in his Smith machine, like shoulder pressing and just, you know, trying to find an angle. Like, he was pretty, like, he was bulky, and there wasn't any definition, any or anything, but he was like, you know, thick and everything, and he was pretty broad. It was just, you know, probably like Snapchat, Instagram, doing some photos of him being at the gym, um, whatever, and it just kind of triggered something for me. So I just let it out on him, and I'm sorry for, you know, upsetting him, but like, we cleared it up afterwards. And I said, I just don't do it for the looks at all. So I feel weird about making it such a big part of working out. It comes with it, and I personally appreciate it, but it's not for others. Like, I mean, how does anyone benefit from me looking good? I'd much rather put on a hoodie and lift some weights. And he was like, lol, I was just being playful and kidding. Maybe you're a bit uptight, friend. And I was like, oh no, it wasn't against you, lol. I sometimes make things a little too philosophical. Didn't mean to seem weird. Um, I'm fine with it all, but some parts are focused on a little too heavy on this fitness industry, and those things make people unhealthy. Excuse me if I seemed if I seemed rude, just something on my mind since I joined the gym again. I completely got what you were saying, don't worry. No. He says he doesn't work out for looks either, totally for health and mobility. And then he says, when you're sexy though, it just comes with the territory. People are gonna think you're aesthetically focused, and they'll approach you like so. And then I said, you see, and no one would assume I could outlift them pound for pound, which I could probably already do, and I could probably have even done that without working out the last week and getting into those, lifts again. And then I said something about, also super weird, even the big dudes, no one can keep 2 seconds of eye contact, lol. And you assume people get confident through lifting. Happy I have hoodies and music. Because I just don't want to deal with that. I don't want to post anything on Instagram. Oh, I'm at the gym again. Oh, I'm at the gym again. I don't do that for anyone else. Like, I know my goals and I know how I'm going to get there, but that it doesn't, I'm not going to get that through posting it on Instagram. Me posting myself in the gym and then leaving the gym is not going to get me where I want to go. Me going to the gym, putting my phone away and just working out is going to get me where I want to go. So, he was like, lol, exactly, I got you, man. I was just being silly earlier and flirting shamelessly. There was also a pretty fun part, also ties into the horsepower dynamics thing I was talking about in the beginning. Do as much, because the flirting part, do as much of that as you want. I barely ever flirt, so I guess I'm not good at replying to stuff like that. XD, I feel you seem pretty asexual, lol. I'm weird in that department for sure, but I'm just that genius person who doesn't have anyone, just not my hustle. And he said, I feel that I spent a lot of time focused on it when I was younger, and now I'm definitely a lone ranger, pretty unintentionally antisocial in general. And I mean, I never was the type of guy to be running after women. They always just ran after me, and then I said, okay, well, if you ask for a relationship, I'm just gonna do what's gonna happen. I never approached, yes, I approached women, and but that never turned out to end up in a relationship. It was always a woman reaching out, and then and then making me some more compliments, stuff like that. Oh, and then something also pretty interesting that I actually realized through just talking to him, was just always nice. That's kind of what conversations with people of that mindset are good for. And in general, you learn from everyone, even if it's what not to do. Let's just keep that in mind whilst all this is unfolding right here. He said, true, but the way you talk about things, lol, how you express yourself, your confidence, your geekiness. I'm I had to build that shit, the confidence. I always spoke my truth, but the actual confidence behind it, I had to work on super hard. It's one thing to trash talk, but you need your mind to back it, otherwise you'll still run from challenges. Trash talk doesn't fit. Can't think of a saying right now, maybe running my mouth, lol. So I was, trying to find a proper wording thought for it. And then I also wrote I've always just said what no one wanted to hear. And that's probably the biggest part, and maybe I'm going to just end on that and then just unpack this and have the philosophical cut for now. But now it has a huge impact because people start respecting me because of the whole way I carry myself. That's a fact. It's so funny, back then I thought I was mean for doing it, so I didn't back what I was saying myself. Now I speak all my truth and back it up with confidence, and people don't get angry but are actually appreciative. And by that I just mean, okay, I think, it's crazy how the view of oneself changes the perspective in which people take what you say. Absolutely beautiful. Just uncovering that for me was just such a big thing, and it made me, uplift myself even more through that. It was amazing. Because, back then, I always tried to explain myself. I didn't want to get, I didn't want to step on anyone's feet. I didn't want to upset anyone. But I still wanted to speak my truth. I was always holding myself back, and then I started, not holding myself back that much more, and I also like built confidence with it, and then I had a lot of those internal phases again, and actually got super confident. And especially this year I got like mad confidence. And just the whole way you carry yourself, you know also the place from within where the comments on someone else, what some may call judging, come is like, it's only judging if it's coming from the wrong place. Like if it's coming from a place of love, it doesn't, for me, it doesn't feel like judging. And because it comes from a place of love, and because I just want to help and I want to see other people thrive as well, it comes from, yeah, it just comes from love. And therefore, it ain't bad. I cannot step on anyone's feet, because there's no stepping. There is just appreciation, and there is just helpfulness and empathy. And it's not like, oh, this is gonna piss someone off, I don't want to say it. It's gonna get onto their feelings. And yes, some of these things are like, sometimes I say those things and they come from the heart, and sometimes people get really quiet and get really thoughtful, and they really like, they stop talking for a while, and they just listen, and they're really like, oh, and then I'm like, you're right. And they're like, yeah, I'm just thinking about what you said like 5 minutes ago about that and that and that, blah blah blah. And but it doesn't upset them. It's also like different, because I deal with different people now, and a lot of them are on the same path as I am, and that's mostly who I'm talking to. So it's like, this whole connection, with people is getting a lot stronger as well, through being myself. I attract those that are themselves as well. And yeah, all that, absolutely beautiful. You just love it, don't you? So we got this color. What an unboxing. This color. And then the ultimate non-color. Black. I'm really enjoying wearing black at the moment. I actually got these pants. Wait, you cannot see them. With like some, like basically a cargo, it's called cargo pants. I don't know. I got them in green as well. You may have seen them before on me, and I thought I wasn't gonna find them again. And I think they're like a slightly different material. But yeah, I thought I wasn't gonna find them, but I really wanted them in black, and I'm absolutely loving these. Been wearing them for like the last 3 or 4 days, I think. So let's just see how big XL is on me, because I just want to hide in this thing. I just want to, put my head down and work. So I got XL, because I would have gotten L anyways, large anyways. So I thought, let's just go for extra large. Let's see, we got 2 more minutes, or 1 more minute, and otherwise I'm just gonna put the rest of the video just together, as I usually do when I go like super long video. Doesn't look too bad though. No, not at all. Oh, that's amazing. That's bloody amazing, bro. See? It's not even that big. I could have gotten XXL, extra large, double XL. See? It's not even that long. The hood is pretty big, I guess. This is good. Okay, enough of the unboxing. gonna see me in these hoodies a lot if you see me around. So take care, people, and peace and love.